man. Detroit versus everybody, man. Detroit, we rep the hardest, man. We gain the hardest. You know what it is, man. Detroit, CJ, holla at your boy when we get home.
Don't forget to check out our sponsor, The Health Blaze, at thehealthblaze.com. 100% all natural products from lotions, soaps, foot soaks, bath bombs, and much, much more. Use the promo code Goodfella1Boxing. Tell them your boy CJ Goodfella sent you. Get 18% off. We out. All right, man, we back. Appreciate everybody for checking in. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, bell icon button. Make sure I get situated. Share the video. And let's talk about Jermall Charlo. Apparently, he went on social media rant on Demetrius, Andrade, and Danny Jacobs. I'll leave the Fight Hype link in the description. That's where I seen it. So shout out to Fight Hype. Make sure you go over there and check that out. I'll put that link in the description or the source link. But basically, he went off on Danny Jacobs, Demetrius, Andrade. He basically said ain't nothing special about Andrade and Andrade out of shape, and that's why Andrade is fighting at 68. And he says that cutting weight is what gets the fighter in shape. And when a fighter go up, that means he ain't in shape. And he wasn't ready for his fight date. But he went on to say ain't nothing special about him. Basically, I'm paraphrasing, he's sloppy. And, you know, he was asking the fans on Instagram Live what's special about Demetrius Andrade. And my whole thing is this. You know, you running your mouth, you know, fight him then. He offered you $7 million and $10 million for what I heard. You said no. It's visual proof that Ronnie Shields saying he's a good fighter, but he don't bring nothing to the table. What are y'all talking about? You never unified a title. If he ain't that good, unify a title with him. You got the WBC. He got the WBO. Fight him. You know what I'm saying? Well, what's the issue? You know, I think you could beat him, and I think it's a chance that he could beat you as well, too. You struggle with southpaw as well as your brother. Y'all struggle with southpaw, so maybe that's what it is. You let 158 Korobov, you know, kind of tune you up a bit. And I thought Korobov won that fight. And I'm not the only person that thought Korobov won that fight. But then again, you know, fight Demetrius Andrade. That's the fight that the fans want to see. If you can't get Canelo, you can't get Triple G, then why not unify titles with Demetrius Andrade? I don't see what the issue is. You know, you're talking about him, you calling him a bum, he this, that, and the third. And I understand if it's a business situation on why you don't want to fight him because he pulled out with your brother and you ain't got time to be wasting money, then I respect it. But then again, you don't got nobody to fight next. We don't want to see Eubanks. We don't want to see a Korobov rematch. We damn sure don't want to see Derevchenko. And Danny Jacobs is campaigning at 168. So if you want to move all the way up and fight Danny Jacobs at 68, I have no issue with it. My problem is, in this generation of fighters, y'all be talking shit about y'all opponent, but then y'all won't fight him. I never got that. Y'all will talk bad and downplay and badmouth an opponent, say he ain't this, that, and the third. But then again, y'all won't pull the trigger and fight him. The fans a little bit like, if you don't want to fight the dude because of a business issues, that Al won't let you fight him. Because Eddie Hearn said, you know, we can send Andrade over there. If y'all want to come over here, y'all still ain't fought him. So how you going, in our eyes, and we could be wrong, how you going to duck somebody and then talk shit about him? Now, if the fight ain't going to happen because you don't want to fight him, because of a business decision or because he pulled out a fight, just say it. Like, I'm going to fight him. He pulled out my brother. And I guarantee you about 90% of boxing fans will understand what you saying by that. We get it. But don't talk junk to him and clown him and chastise him and you don't want to fight him. That makes no sense. You know, and if you go back and fight Eubanks next and Eubanks don't have a belt, then what's the fight? Nobody going to respect that. And in this the era where you see guys a bad mouth and they talk about Terrence Crawford, Sean Porter, Keith Thurman, Errol Spence, they're bad mouth him, but then they won't fight him. Same thing with Jermall. You a bad mouth him, say, you know, Eubanks not this, Eubanks not that, and then you a bad mouth him. I guess you want to get in the video. Like seeing yourself. No. But at the same time, I think it's a good fight. I think Jermall can get him. You know, his jab, and, you know, Demetrius Andrade is at a point where we never see him go to another level. He said, well, Vanez dropped him with a jab. Their feet got tangled, but hey, he said his brother beat Vanez. A lot of people think Vanez beat his brother. Go back and watch that fight. It was a close fight. I gave the edge to Jermall, but a lot of people thought Vanez beat his brother, so he made it seem like his brother destroyed Vanez. No, that was a very, very close and competitive fight, and I think Demetrius Andrade beat Vanez first. You know what I'm saying? He dropped him in the first round, I think it was. Their feet got tangled. But yeah, Demetrius and Jermall was supposed to fight. Demetrius pulled out, so we already know Demetrius. You're not gonna really get criticized for ducking Demetrius Andrade because Demetrius Andrade is just a horrible business fighter to really, fight with. So if he just said in the business wise, I don't want to just waste my time messing with Demetrius because he on some BS. We can understand it, but don't sit here and duck his offer and not give a reason and then chastise and talk stuff about him, then it look like you clout chasing. Then it look like you just don't want to fight him. Personally, I think that fight can go either way. I think Charlo can clip him, and I think Andrade can possibly outbox him. He has issue with southpaws. Jermall, he struggled with Korobov. He also struggled with Austin Trout, too. So, them southpaws give the Charlo boys some issues, you know what I'm saying? But my whole thing is, it is what it is. We just been, as black fight fans, we just been deprived of black versus black fights. This ain't when Sugar Ray Leonard fought Tommy, or Marvin fought Tommy and Sugar Ray Leonard, or, we just don't get a lot of big black fights no more in boxing. The heavyweight division used to be full of them. Foreman and Michael Moore, Evander, Lennox, Evander Tyson, Lennox Tyson. Like, we just don't get no more black versus black fights. And, the black fight fan is mad. We spend tons of money and tons of time speaking on boxing and talking about them on social media. And it's just like the powers that be and the fighters just don't want to make it happen. The cancellation prize for Crawford and Spence would be Demetrius Andrade and Jermall Charlo. People love to see that fight. But apparently, Jermall just right now interested in talking shit and not taking the offer. But I would love to see that fight. I think it's a good fight. He clowned him, talking about he from Rhode Island, ain't nothing up there, this, that, and the third. Man, at the end of the day, beat his ass, dude. I'm tired of the talk. Beat him. Beat him. He offered you $10 million. You didn't make $10 million fighting Derevchenko. You never made that in your career, probably. But he got his reasons, and, he got David Benavidez, Caleb Plant on his radar. Why would he fight an opponent that the zone don't even want, Canelo or Triple G fighting? So that is what it is. But he also went in on Danny Jacobs. He said he better go focus on Angela Simmons. If you didn't know, he with Angela Simmons, and he also made a Run DMC joke. I think he put Danny Jacobs lights out, but he started lining off the people that beat Danny Jacobs in the amateurs. He said Sean Porter beat him. He said Keith Thurman knocked him out. I think Anthony Peterson knocked him out too. Because I think Austin Trout told us that years ago that Anthony Peterson stopped him. But yeah, Danny Jacobs, they said Peterson, Lamont brother who never, really got on. He got disqualified by Rios years ago on HBO. But Anthony Peterson was known as a knockout artist in the amateurs. I don't know what happened as a pros, but most people would say that Danny Jacobs had a better pro resume, and he'd been around longer. He fought Purog, Triple G, Canelo, just right then and there. That's better than anything that Jermall has done. But I think Jermall put his power out. Punches too straight, too athletic, too big, too strong. And Danny Jacobs and Andre Rozier, when they was a tandem, they were talking junk about Jermall Charlo too. And I just think that's a fight that got to happen. Danny Jacobs said he opened to it after he get done Rosardo. He said he want to fight at a weight where it's comfortable for both of them. He basically said he was too drained to make 60. He'll fight him at 65. Charlo might as well go up and fight him. That'd be a good fight. I think Danny Jacobs got one more fight with Eddie Hearn. Who knows if he stays on the fight-by-fight deal or gets a deal with Eddie Hearn. But, I still want to see Danny Jacobs and Jermall Charlo. I've always been consistent that Jermall will probably beat Danny Jacobs. I would say by stoppage, but I don't think Danny Jacobs' chin is as worse as it is. But basically, he fired back and say, he'll beat Danny Jacobs' ass. So that'd be a good fight. I think Charlo will beat Danny Jacobs. Would I be surprised if Jacobs beat him? Just a little bit. Jacobs at a different point in his career. I heard he didn't even look good versus Chavez. So I think he get past Gabriel Rosado. But I think Charlo, speed, youth, power. I just think he right there in his groove right now. I see the progression in his fights. The real fight I want to see is Charlo and Andrade. I really would want to see Danny Jacobs and Andrade, but apparently Jacobs and Andrade are friends. They're not going to fight each other. But I would love to see either one of them versus Jermall Charlo. So let's see what Jermall Charlo do. But he started going off on the fans. He said the fans are bet. He said go to Jermall Instagram and drop your cash app. He just won $150,000. He in a good mood. Then he also said that any fans run up on him, he gonna turn their power out and all this. And the Charlos, man, they hella talented and got great physical assets, but they not fan friendly. They too raw for TV, and they gonna turn a lot of people off. And a lot of people that don't live in Texas or outside of Houston, they not gonna root for them. But I think that's what kind of fused them down. They gonna be tough to beat, let alone knock out. But I'd love to see him fight either Andrade or Danny Jacobs. Hopefully fight both in the near future. If he can't get Triple G, Canelo, Benavidez or Caleb Plant, if Benavidez get his title back. But we'll see what's shaking. But he sounded real confident, and you forget that he kind of the quiet twin compared to Jermall, but he let everybody know that he got all his kids by one woman. He got 5, and basically he would anything. So I'm not sure exactly when he coming back, but Danny Jacobs come back with November 27th or something. So hopefully him and Danny Jacobs can do it, and eventually him and Demetrius Andrade can do it. But don't forget, we on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can reach out if you have a business question, priority sponsorship, video quest. Also got a Facebook group. All my social media links there. Twitter's the fastest way, than Facebook, IG. Other than that, best way to donate is share the video, but hit that subscribe button, bell icon button. Don't forget you can donate on Cash App, CJGood313. That's in the description if you missed it. PayPal link in the description. Let me know what you guys think one time for the one time we go.